everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Today's video is on a foundation which I personally don't really like that much, and I'm going to try and make this foundation work. This is the Too Faced Born This Way, the Soft Matte Oil Control Foundation. This is a new release this year. Along with this foundation, I have tried some Too Faced products. Some are new, some are old, and we have created this makeup look. I think I have done a full face of makeup in this video. So if you're interested to see how I have achieved this look and how I have made the foundation, which I don't really like that much, work in this video, please continue watching. Okay, let's get started with today's video. We are going to do almost a full face of makeup today. I don't have anything on my face, just some moisturizer which I had applied few hours back, and I have done my eyebrows, and we will do some kind of a makeup look today with some Too Faced products. I'm still figuring out how I will name this video, because this video was supposed to be a video on this foundation, the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is the soft matte version. I love the Too Faced Born This Way, the dewy version foundation. It's one of my favorites. When I saw this launched this year, I was quite interested because this is supposed to be a natural matte formula, and I do like natural matte foundations as well. I got the shade Warm Beige in this. The shade is quite off for me. I thought I can show you that how to make foundations work even if they don't work out for you. And I think I should not make videos all the time of products which work excellent for me. I think recently it has been happening a while that I have mostly good products in my videos. It's rarely that I have a disappointing product these days because I don't really buy a ton these days. So today we are doing a product which is not something which I absolutely love. The first thing which I'm going to apply is the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. I just love this primer. I'm just finishing it up these days. It's a very hydrating. It has coconut water in it, and I have been loving this for years now. I think if you are an old subscriber, you have seen this on my channel. It has coconut water, probiotic based ingredients, and skin revivers. I have dry skin, so I just love this under makeup. It has a slight bit of that tackiness, not too much but slightly, which helps the foundation just stay on the face really well, and this one works very well with the hydrating version of the foundation. This smells a little bit weird. It has a scent to it. I don't like the scent completely, but it works great. Let's go to this foundation now. This is the Born This Way Soft Matte Oil Control Foundation. It's a 24-hour wear foundation. It has hyaluronic acid. It's a weightless formula, helps control oil. I bought it because I thought it's a natural matte or soft matte, what this says. So I do like soft matte foundations, but it's a little too matte for me. So if you have oily skin, or if you have like an oily T-zone area, this foundation will be great for you. If you have combo skin also, I think this will work, but this is great for someone who has oily skin. I think this is just a tad bit too matte for me. So this is how the packaging looks like. I have the shade Warm Beige. When I see online the pictures, Warm Beige look like it will be a good match for me. This one is medium or medium deep with neutral undertones. I kind of forget, but this is something which has neutral undertones. And in the Too Faced foundations as well, I think Honey is something which matches me really well. It is also a medium tan with neutral undertone foundation. I have this one in the Born This Way, the original foundation. This one I have Honey and Caramel. I think Honey matched me really well. For some reason I have only Caramel left. I don't know where my Honey is. So anyways, today we'll use a little bit of this as well. This is just a tad bit dark, so I will apply it probably here and try to make it work. So I have Warm Beige here. I'm not going to apply it all over the face because I'm going to look like a clown, but I'm going to apply it still. Okay, so if you're close to my skin tone, I think go for Honey. And since this is such a full coverage, you need just a little bit. So this is how the foundation shade looks like. So whenever I have foundations like this, what I do is I just apply this in the center of my face. I don't really go in the outskirts. because the center of my face, I like to keep it quite light, especially underneath this area. By the way, this one oxidizes just a little bit, so the shade does settle down, but it's still light. So as I was saying, underneath the eyes, here in the corner of the eyes near the tear duct, okay, here over the eyes also you can take, but look at the coverage. This is such a high coverage formula. I think it's a more medium to full. If you want, you can apply. Okay, this is where I usually apply this foundation, and for this area of my face it works great. Parts of my face is light and parts it's more tan, so I always feel like I need like 2 shades or to, you know, get a nice even coverage which looks natural and not ashy. So you will see me a lot like mixing foundations, and I think it's a good way of applying foundations. If you have seen makeup artists, they will usually apply at least 2 shades to get that perfect coverage. Now whatever shine you see on my face, it's because of the primer. It's a very hydrating primer, so if you have dry skin, I will definitely recommend some kind of a nice hydrating moisturizer or primer underneath this foundation. Then probably it's going to be much more comfortable. Otherwise this foundation is not that comfortable, especially if you have dry skin. It doesn't like pull or it doesn't feel very tight, but still I feel I like that hydrated feel on the face, which I don't get from this foundation. It doesn't have that very lightweight feel. It's not heavy, very heavy, but it doesn't have that feeling of, you know, lightweightness. And if I don't set this foundation, there is definitely this one will settle in my lines right here underneath the eyes. It will just settle in, and even some of the pores here, I'll try to give you a close-up. It is a little bit more visible, pronounced somehow with this foundation right here. I don't know why it's that, and it happens every time. So that's my warm beige, the matte foundation. For the sides of my face and just to get everything blended together, I will use this one, the Born This Way foundation. This is the shade Caramel. Okay, so Caramel and warm beige, you can see the difference. And this is how Caramel looks like. I just slightly use Caramel towards the edges. Caramel looks really good in this part of my face. The Caramel shade also has a neutral undertone, by the way. So honey, then warm beige and Caramel, I think all of them have a neutral undertone. And this is how most of the time I will try to make foundations which are not exactly my shade match. I try to mix and match foundations and try to make them work. I was going to buy honey in this shade for this video so that I could show you the shade, but I don't really like this foundation that much to buy and invest in another shade, so I didn't go for it. So that's my foundation done. I also have the concealer. This is the Too Faced multi-use concealer in the shade Honey. So for one thing, I have my perfect shade Honey, but this is like very close to my skin tone, so this is not a highlighting concealer, but I'm still going to use it. Okay, I love this concealer as well, both the hydrating foundation and this concealer. It's amazing. Okay, so this is very close to my skin tone. I'll just apply it for a little bit of concealing right here in the corners of my eye and the corner of the nose, little bit around the mouth area, and then we are going to use a lighter powder and set everything so that this area is brightened up. Although this concealer is not light, it's not going to brighten up the area too much. We will try to do that with the powder. Always see that you have, you know, this part of the face nicely concealed or covered. Usually for me at least, this area it tends to get dark. So I always try to cover that part. That's a lot of foundation, that's a lot of makeup. This is not my everyday makeup look. I do wear a foundation if I'm going out somewhere, but I will not use any of these foundations, maybe the concealer, but not any of these foundations for everyday because it's just too heavy and it's just too makeup-y. I don't like to look with too much makeup on everyday basis. So this is more of an event party kind of a makeup I'm showing you. So both these foundations I'll recommend you for events, weddings. If you're a bride, you can check out these foundations, but like not for everyday. Now we are going to set under the eyes. Otherwise this foundation is going to crease. Even the concealer is going to crease. So this is the Airbrush Flawless Skin Finish Powder from Charlotte Tilbury. I love this powder for underneath the eyes. It's just a nice brightening powder for my skin tone underneath the eyes. It's very, very smooth and it just looks really good for very long time. It just sets everything super nicely. I don't use it for my entire face. I could if I want to, because it's not like heavy full coverage kind of a powder, but I prefer other powders for my entire face. But for underneath the eyes, it's nice, and it is a little bit lighter than the foundation which I've applied, so it brightens the under eyes as well. So that's my foundation done. I don't love the finish of this product because it's already soft matte, and on top of that I have to apply powder, otherwise it creases very badly underneath my eyes. So there is just too much powder. I don't like too much powder on my face, and I don't really love the finish of this product, but we will go on. My face desperately needs some bronzer, so I'm going to use some ABH bronzer. In fact, in Too Faced I also have my favorite bronzer, the matte Soleil bronzer. I love that. I don't have it. I have used it up. I have used up that bronzer, but I never bought it again. I'm considering buying it one more time. The chocolate Soleil bronzer. It's so beautiful. But I'm going to use this ABH bronzer and just bronze up a little bit. And my face also needs blush. I have a new Too Faced blush. We'll apply that and we'll do a quick eye look with, let's say, a Too Faced eyeshadow. Yeah, it happens a lot. It happens with me also, of course, that I buy foundations and they are not a perfect match. You don't want to go and buy another shade. If it's not completely off, then you can make it work. Okay, so this is the bronzer done. I'm very excited about the blush. I love this blush. This is the Too Faced Cloud Crush. So this is how the blush looks like. This blush is infused with flower extract blend, and the shade is called Watermelon Rain, and it's a beautiful reddish corally blush. And look at this packaging. I have always loved Too Faced blushes. I used to have those heart-shaped blushes. Oh, I miss them so much. I used up quite a lot of that blush as well. I don't have it currently, but the packaging of those blushes, they are so cute. This one is also very cute, and there's a heart here, and this is how it looks. It's really pretty, like a corally pink or a pink. Not too much red, it's mostly pink, but yeah, it's like a brighter pink. And it smells so good. Let's apply it. It's not too powdery, so you can see it's just a velvety, cushiony blush. It's not really a cream also. It's like a very smooth powder. And it's not a glowy blush or anything. It's a natural looking blush. It's matte. It doesn't have too much glow. It blends nicely, very smooth, not crazily pigmented. It's buildable. It's nice. I love this blush. Let's do some eyeshadow. We'll do a quick eyeshadow look. I love this eyeshadow palette, and I don't think I have a video on this, but this is the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes palette. Love the packaging. It's very slim, very lightweight, and lot of colors inside here. So I think there are 16 shades in this palette. 16 shades, and you have different tones of brown in here, and it's a really nice palette, especially the mattes. They are so nice, very pigmented, blendable. You get a nice variety of colors, and the metallic shades are also beautiful. I really love the metallic shades. They are not the absolute smoothest to touch. When you feel them, they don't feel smooth, but they swatch and apply very smoothly, and they have that sparkly effect to them. These are not that smooth, absolute, rich, intense metallics. They have a little bit of that subtlety and sparkliness to them, and I think they're a little bit different than your typical metallic shades, and they work out for me well. And I will definitely recommend, because there are different tones of metallic. There's just a little bit of a learning curve, and once you're used to it, you will also love them. So first up, I will take my favorite shade in the palette. This one and this one, I think they are my favorite shades in the palette. We'll take the deeper one. So this is how this shade looks like. I'll apply it on the center of my lid. We'll apply the mattes later. I'll apply the sparkles first. If you want the intensity of the sparkles to shine through, then apply your shadows like this. After that deep shade, we are going to apply this one, the lighter shade, in the inner corners. I'll just use my fingers for now. The texture of the shadows are a little bit different, so you have to maybe apply it a few times to get that full intensity. But the staying power is pretty nice. I'll apply this shade also, Sparkling Rum, which is like a burgundy color, like a brownish burgundy. And I'll go on top of this shadow. I think that color and the chocolate brown shade, or the deep brown shade, it just goes so well together. Now I'll take my eyeshadow brush, go to the deepest brown shade, and apply in the outer V. These browns, they just blend so well together. And I'll take this warm rose shade and just blend out everything in the crease. So this will give you a nice diffuse look in the crease. And for the outer V, just intensify with the deep brown shade. Conceal this part and just fix this part. I didn't want it to be too blown out. Just with the concealer, I'll just blend out. Okay, and after that, I have this nice highlighting shade right here. I don't have a brush in front, but we'll just highlight the brow area. Okay, let me complete the other eye also, and be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. I did end up finishing my entire makeup look, and this is how it looks like. I kind of messed up the eye look. This is not what I was going for. I love the blend of the metallic shades, but I think I've just messed up blending the matte shades a little bit. The mattes actually blend really well in this eyeshadow palette, so I'm not completely like 100% happy about this eyeshadow look, and I'm not completely happy with this foundation as well. It's settling a little bit here in the lines, very slightly. It's not that noticeable, and the foundation, as you can see, is matte. There is a slight bit of that glow from the moisturizer and the primer, but the foundation itself is matte, so I'm not like completely excited about this eye look. My face desperately needs a highlighter. I want to apply some highlighter, and then we'll call it a day. So I'll apply this Dior highlighter. I love this highlighter. I don't really feature it a ton in my videos. I don't know why. I use it like regularly in my daily life. So this is Diorskin Nude Luminizer in 04, and it's a beautiful, like a rose gold champagne kind of a highlighter. A nice rose gold, light rose gold kind of a highlighter with some champagne tones. And it comes in a velvet pouch like this, which says Christian Dior. And this highlighter will bring some nice glow to my skin finally. It's a beautiful everyday friendly highlighter. it brings a subtle glow to the skin and I just love it. It's one of my favorite highlighters in my collection. Which reminds me, I think I haven't done a favorite highlighter video in a while, like in years now, because I don't really buy highlighters anymore. I have pretty good ones now in my collection and I just use them. Okay, I feel a little bit better now. I love this highlighter so much. Okay, so that's my finished makeup look. Alright guys, that's my completed makeup look for the day. I have not mentioned the gloss which I have worn. So this is the Kiko Milano gloss in the shade 21. This is a 3D Hydra gloss. This is a gloss which I have recently purchased and I'm loving it currently. And I'm using it with the ABH lip liner in the shade Cool Brown. And I think these two also go together so well. So I think that's it for today's video. This is my finished makeup look for today. I talked about the Too Faced foundations and concealer and the Too Faced eyeshadow palette, the blush. Let me know which one was your favorite if you have tried out any of these products. And if you have tried this foundation, also do let me know if you have oily skin. Does it work out better for you? Me personally, it doesn't really work out that well for me. I hope this video was helpful and you liked it. If you liked it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.